Hello, welcome back. Today it's all about making an adventure, writing an adventure. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to go portal. Going to go the way of the portal, the thing that allows you to transport yourself somewhere else. So what I've tried to do is make sure I have a map and a Google document that's ready to go with a lot of stuff that I can just plug in, taking your ideas as I go. I have a poll that you can take part in and give your feedback. It's always helpful. And of course, I want you to actually interact. My suggestion to you is grab some food, some drink, make sure you're comfortable, and we're going to get started. Yes, this is a fun time. Like, this is an opportunity to make something. And it really doesn't matter what game you're playing, you could probably use this. So let's get started, shall we? Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Weller, and today I want to talk about writing, creating, making your own adventures. And I really thought that the idea of having an arcane portal or a magical portal was a really fun idea. Something we haven't really done and focused on completely. We have had portals before and adventures we've made here, but this is very much focused on that's the purpose of this place. So I really want to do that today. And that's what we're going to do. I have prepared a map for you so that you can, give me an idea of what number you want to sort of assign to it. And I've even done a bit of pre-writing just for descriptions, nothing else. I really want it to be your creation, and I will do my very best to sort of tidy it up. So this is what I have for today. Now there's a couple of things I want to do is I want to point you in the direction of where I made this map, because I did not draw this map. You do not need to draw the map that you are creating. You can get something else to do it. And of course, there's lots of different ways of doing that. So what I want to do is I want to share the links that I've used to create the map. So the first one being the Dave's Mapper. So I'm going to go to Dave's Mapper. Hello, Fred Huber. Fred Huber is a patron and a subscriber. Thanks for being here. And Wizards and Warp Drives also Nacho, a patron and a subscriber. So thanks for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. So Dave's Mapper, fast and quick. You're really just using a selection of tiles, and you move them around to make your map. And then I just take that and I just put it into Paint, and then I just number it. It's really simple. It's not hard. Anybody can do that. Now on top of that, if you want access to the map the whole time, what I'll do is I'll give you an invite to a link to my Discord, so you can go straight to the adventure maps for today and just work your way through it. So the Discord is not a paid Discord. Anybody can go there. Okay, it's not an issue. The other thing is all these adventures, about once a month I put up a free adventure. The rest of them are patron adventures, where you pay a fee, whatever the heck you feel like paying, it doesn't matter. So all the stuff we've been making, and I think there's close to 50 of them now. There's a lot, at least 40, but I think there might be even close to 50. So that's all there, and we're going to get started because we've got limited time, and there's never enough time to get it all done. So there's a couple of questions we need to ask before we get going, and that is hashtag. Now I'm going to take the hat off because I'm going to cook. It's so humid today. I'm melting. So if you see sweat rolling down me, it's because of the sweat, the heat. It's just so hot. Who does this arcane portal belong to? All right. So who does this arcane portal belong to? And I see Fred has already got started. Next, who does this arcane portal belong to? Now, for me, I view every single room as a different type of portal. There might be one room that is a portal room that does something else. That's maybe the main portal area. But I was thinking in terms of each one of these being more of a look into a different world. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like portal or planar chambers. I guess that's kind of where I was going with this. I don't know if this is going to be the way we wind up building it, but that's sort of where my head was at to start off with. Maybe not everything is like that. I don't know. We'll see. So let me just keep going. So that's the question. So why the players would go here in the first place, we don't have to answer that question yet. What we do need to do is we need to determine how we lay things out. Now, Fred Huber's already done kind of part of that with Area 4. And so what I'll do is I'll just mark this down. Area number, so give me the area number. A description if you've got one. Otherwise, I'll write the descriptions. That's fine if you don't want to do that. But it'd help if you give me some information, but you don't have to. And then we'll break it up into things like monsters that might be there, the NPCs, an NPC, because we're going to have somebody to talk to, any kind of hazards, traps, puzzles, and treasure. Okay, these are your basic elements of any kind of adventure that you're going through, right? Is like what monsters or creatures are there, who can you talk to, what sort of hazards do we have taking place, any traps, any puzzles, and what can they find. Now, treasure is not always gold or magic items. It can be just a lump of steel, like it could be anything. So that's how we normally go about building this. So I'm going to take Fred Huber's idea, the altar to the orc war god. I don't know, how did we wind up with orcs being a focus for this location? You do realize, people, if you do not throw in your 2 cents, it will wind up becoming an orc location very quickly, because Fred Huber will make it so, which is fine with me. but yeah, if you want to have some input, you got to say something. All right, so let me drop this in, and I have just got to start building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Google Doc so you can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to do two. I'll write the locations, like two locations, then I'll come back to chat. That's kind of the best way, I think, to do this, and we'll just keep doing that, and then come back and get your feedback, and we'll just keep going and going and going until we get where we need to be. I think that's the easiest way to deal with this. So now that we've done that, let's get our Google Doc up so you can see it, and let's get started. 2 hours is probably enough to get it done, or most of it. Anyway, here we go. Arcane Portal, dated for today. Don't worry about adventure hooks, we'll do them later. Wandering monsters, I can deal with them later. And main features, unless you've got something to say, I won't worry about it. Okay, so the first thing, I'm going to do the boring locations. Like Area 1 and Area 2 are entry points. So what I want to do is I want to just have them in there, and then you can decide what you want to be there as well. But just the description stuff, I can sort that out. So I'll do that. Okay. So I've got an iron door, a huge black iron door, covered in strange symbols. Now that's not very helpful, I guess, in terms of a description. But I mean, maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. So we'll take that and see what we have. A huge iron door. It's almost as if we could have the huge iron door would be number 1. I would imagine. So we'll take the iron door, and I'll go cut, and I'll go into 1, and this is my description. And then of course you guys are going to come up with the other bits and pieces. Is there something else that I should describe about this door? Like the problem is with entry points is it's very easy to wind up with the same sort of description of your entry point over and over again. It has one large door on the map. It's huge, so I've made that clear. Strange symbols, it would be nice to be able to go into more detail, but we don't have that. And then I'm just going to put here treasure. What could you find here? Okay. Things like monsters and traps or hazards or so forth. It probably makes sense that we have traps on doors, like entry points. It probably makes sense that we have something like that. So that's that one. Okay. The next one is number 2, and I'm going to pull down what I was working on last night. Was it last night? I think it was. Anyway, this one here. And I'll just cut this. This is the rear entrance, which is number 2. And paste. Okay, and then we'll go bold, underline. Okay, so this is a small silver door covered in black holes. What are the black holes all about? You tell me. With a huge round door knocker. So yeah, I'm not too sure what we're going to do with any of that. That's fine. And we'll put here treasure. As I said, if you want to trap the doors, either the rear or the front door or both, you just need to tell me what sort of trap I'm putting in there. Okay, so there's 2 locations written, and I've only got 13 locations to deal with today, which thank God for that, I'll tell you that now. I'm so happy that there's only that many. And okay, so that sort of covers, oh, hang on, there's something else I need to add about the rear entrance. So part of the stone wall beside the door is crumbling away. That just sort of helps reflect some of the details on the rear door. So there's obviously been a bit of damage there, something going on that we might need to go into a bit more detail about. So there we go. Right, so I've done my bit, and let's see what you guys have come up with. Bum bum bum. So for area 4, by the way, Fred Huber had said the altar to an orc war god, 4 acolytes, a priest are in the middle of a ceremony, and a not so secret drawer under the altar is the tile with the orc word for none. And I don't know what this is all about. I feel like he's trying to lead us into a trap design of some kind. I suspect. Okay. So there's a couple of bits of feedback that Fred Huber also gave, and I do appreciate it. So don't expect Fred to do everything, because he won't. I can trust me now. It's not going to happen. He did actually say a couple of things. Now, whether we want to do this or not is really up to you. The password is none shall pass in Orcish. So we have a tile that says none, which I suggest he's probably going to make a tile that says shall in Orcish, and another tile that says pass in Orcish somewhere. And so that you probably have to arrange these 3 tiles, which is just a very basic puzzle. We just need to put those tiles in 3 different rooms, and we have, you know, something that essentially gives us a puzzle that's really simple. It's not complicated. It should be reasonably easy for them to understand. And we just need to have a place for them to place those 3 tiles, indentations somewhere, to activate that portal. And I think he was suggesting that looking at area 5 to have the portal. So area 5 would be like a pool of water. Might really well be a very sensible thing. Even number 8 could potentially be a portal chamber. That would be fine too. So I think I know where Fred is going with this, Fred Huber. Charred remains of a group that got the order wrong. Surround the portal, 1 at each symbol location. So I think we've got a puzzle today. I don't normally do puzzles, but I'm fine with this because he's kind of given me enough information to understand what I'm trying to build. So we just need to know where the other tiles with the words on are going to be positioned. Okay? All right, so let's go back to here. I'm going to chuck in some more descriptions since I'm still waiting on people to come up with some ideas. And then I'll come back to chat and see what we have. Oh, we got Derp here. Derp is a patron and also a subscriber. Big feather blocks the secret entrance to 9. What? Big feather blocks. 9 is a hidden shrine with a magic mirror with 6 people stuck in it. Okay. What is a big feather? I'm not quite sure, but I kind of understand what you're trying to do here. Part of it, at least. I don't understand the big feather bit. The other stuff I do. So we'll take that and put that in 9, Derp. And paste. So we have a secret door in that location. It should be obvious on the map. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to keep going. I'm going to start doing some more descriptions, different locations, and you guys are going to come up with some more ideas for me to work with. Bum bum ba, don't do. Okay, so so 9 is a hidden shrine. So I want a description of a hidden shrine, and I want something that has an altar, since we're dealing with a ceremony in Area 4. Seems fine to me. A shrine and an altar. Do I have anything like that? Chamber, Ashen Grove, Infernal Forge, Arcane Nexus, Central Chamber. Let's just take that. I'll put that into 4, and then I just need to include an altar, because he had mentioned an altar for 4. So let's do that. Do that now. Is that correct? Area 4 is? Yes, it is correct. It is correct. Okay. Paste. And so we go here, the eye chamber. Bold underline. Which orc god are we talking about? Don't say Grimsh, because I won't put that down. Let's just make one up. Just make up a name for an orc god of war. Okay, so we need to put an altar. Now, what sort of altar does it need to be? A marble altar is fixed to the north wall. And is covered in blood. Okay. So this is more treasure. So in a drawer, under the altar is a tile. Is a something tile is a stone. No, let's find a different thing. Is a slate tile with the orc word for none printed on it. Okay, cool. That's that bit. Now we need to deal with this bit here. This is information. Not really a description of what's going on, so it should probably go later. So we cut it. We take this and we go GM note, and we paste it. We need more information for this to work, so we'll just put that as a GM note for now, and question marks. 4. Now, acolytes and a priest is really not going to be very helpful. I think that is more monster, so we go here, cut. And we make that monsters. And then we go here, and we go paste, and we go monsters. So, so 4 orc acolytes and a orc priest are hostile to intruders. Basically that'll do. Now we need to have a description that isn't going to give everything away. So 4 is no good. The word 5 is better. So 5 large green and grey large 5 large muscular green and grey humanoids are in the middle of a ceremony. Are in the middle. Are in the middle. Middle. Sort of ceremony. Okay. I think we've got the basic gist. There's our description, what's going on. We probably need to indicate where this is going to go. He had said something about a portal room being in, where was it? Area 5. So we probably have to nail that down as being a portal room. The type of portal it is looks like it's more like water, but that's fine. So let's find something that's sort of in line with that. We've got one for lava, which I think we know where that's going to go. We've got one for freezing. We've got one for sunken. Oasis. We need just a pool of water. Suspending, observatory. No. None of these are going to really work. So we probably need to just create something. Retool something that's kind of shite right now. Frozen gardens, sunken temple. Okay. Marsh, mist, lights, oasis, obsidian, sphere, glowing underwater, filled with balloons. Let's go here with the sapphire chamber. I think we can do that. A little bit of underwater stuff going on, but we can retool it for 5. Paste. Why is it called the sapphire chamber? I have no idea. I'm not against the idea of using sapphires though. Let's cut this. I don't know what else we're going to do with that. Okay, let's just hit portal chamber, make it simple. Portal chamber, a glowing blue pool of water is in the center of the square room. Square room. Full stop. The walls are covered in bioluminescent flora, and that's our next statement. We need to go here and probably, I would imagine, indicate our puzzle. So there are 3 small rectangular indentations on the where do I want to stick this? Let's just place it on the north wall. Yeah, indentations on the north wall. And then we had a little descriptor from Fred that talks about the charred remains. One each, missing symbol location. So I think what we're going to do here is just take this concept. We don't want to give away too much, but charred remains seems like a reasonable thing. So we'll put in here for this part of the sentence. There are 3 small rectangular indentations on the north wall with charred skeletons below them. There's our description. Okay, now there's a whole lot of information about how this works that needs to go in here. I'm not going to write it all now, but GM notes will need to be a thing. And then treasure. Whoops. Treasure question mark. Don't know what we're doing with that really. I just put here sapphire. Make this bold. And then bold here. It's treasure as well. Okay, how am I doing for time? Well, I'm going a bit too slow. Okay, so that's well, that's 2 locations, and we need to do the 9, which is supposed to be a shrine. I don't know if I've got information for a shrine here, but let's have a look. Something that's more of a shrine than anything else is garden, temple, sunken, no, marsh. These are all sort of in a different vein of what you guys are coming up with. Nexus, that's sort of something else. Okay, so that's not going to work. I've used this already. I almost feel like I'm just going to call this the bear portal. And I'll put this where that central location is. Central location is 13. It's the last one. Okay. 13. So do I cut it? Cut. 13. Let's get that in there. Paste. What's going on here? I have just described it. I don't know exactly what else we want to do here with this, so I'm going to just go here, bold, underline. Rough cut. Rough cut steps climb to a 15-foot dais in the center of this huge cavern. 6 passages feed into the cave with 2 small alcoves. A large paw print is engraved into the top of the stone dais that glows blue. And I don't have any more information on that. We probably should have something. And then we want treasure, which I feel like I'll probably be doing a lot of that later on. But we're in there. Or I do wrong. Okay, cool. Treasure, done that one. Bold. Okay, so and I still need to deal with number 9 and how that would be described, and I don't really have any ideas right now. This is one of the problems I'm having to rewrite write a lot of the stuff outside of the live stream. I've decided that when you're really hot in the middle of a live stream, it's really hard to think. Sometimes it's like I'll just write down the descriptions and pull everything together, and maybe make some changes as I go. All right, here we go. We got some. I'm back. I'm looking at chat now. Let's have a look and see what you guys have come up with. I'm kind of interested. Fred Huber, I'm liking your idea of the various sort of tiles that will be found in different locations that can be used to open a portal. in 5. I think it's a smart idea. It's a simple puzzle. It's only 3 tiles, which is great. Awesome. Okay. A rock feather, maybe. A rook feather? Okay. I don't know that it matters that we describe it. You're just saying a really big feather. How would we know that it's blocking it? Is that just hanging on the wall? Is big feather a name? Yeah, big feather is mounted on the wall like a decoration. Concealing the hidden room behind it. Understood. Okay, now I get it. Got it, Dirt. Yep. So that's fine. Let's make that happen. This is area 9. And I think we should probably call it Big Feather. That location should probably be called Big Feather. It makes the most sense. It really does. So we have 2 descriptions. So paste. And then GM notes. All right, so I'm just going to make a few alterations here. I need to do that. I need to bold this, bold underline, and I need to make sure I write a description of what is actually inside. That is going to be important too. Okay, so that's good. I've got that information. Thank you, Derp. And then 4, you want marble, black marble for 4. Sure, I'll make it black marble. Black marble is fine. What do I call it? A black marble. And covered in blood. Okay. Yep, got it. Next. I purposefully didn't set the race of the acolytes and priest. Okay, alright. Wandering monsters. Orc that smells like very strong cheese. Gets angry if PCs ignore the smell. Really? Is that what we're dealing with? Yeah, okay. So I thought we were dealing with orc, which is what, maybe that's my confusion when I was looking at something else when you had written something down. So we can make it something else. It doesn't have to be orc. Absolutely. Fine with that. But it has to be something at some point. Wandering monsters. I'll put this in the wandering monster section for later on. Give me some homework. And paste. And then the next bit of information here. Oh, here we go. Agile Monk. Hello. How's it going, John? Indentations around the pull. So you want indentations on around the pull. So around the pull itself, on the ground, not on the wall. I think that's what you're trying to say. Let the deity for his altar be. I just made him up. Cool. That's what I want. I want you just to make some shit up. That's what I want. I don't want IP stuff in here. It just means I got to take it out later on. So it's better not to. He who needs to see. So what do you got here, John? Hi, Fred and all gang. Love you and blessings to you all. Thank you. You just got here. Well, I'm going to bring the Google Doc back in a second, and you'll see where we're up to. But we're doing pretty well. 8 is a well. I'm fine with 8 being a well. Portal the plane of water. Okay. All right. So that's a good idea. I'm all for that. Let's do that. Finally, on the backside of my lung and chest infection. Oh, dude, thank God for that. I'm glad to hear that. That's good news. The eyeless. So back to the, where is it? The eye chamber. And we needed some information on this. Paste. Darn, what did I do here? Let's try that again. Paste. Okay, an altar to the orc war god Brockle the Eyeless. Okay, so that's great. I've got that down. And then he who needs to see. Always a little bit more information. We'll chuck that in there. I'll see what I'll do with it later. We need a symbol. I think probably the single I is the symbol of Broctal, right? He who needs to see. So okay, so I got that. I need to take down the idea of the 8 being a well and a portal to the plane of water. I'm all for that. That's great. I'll take that, place that in there. And okay, cool. And the ground, not on the wall. Okay, so I'll shift that round and I'll position it in 3 different locations. What would be best? North, east, south, something like that. North, east, south. Maybe that'll be fine. We'll work with that and see how we go. Okay. Whew, it's a hot day. Man, it's so hot today. Really, I'm cooking. Here we go. Back over to our document. So a couple of things that I need to do, and then I get on to doing some more descriptions. So first off, the eye chamber. A black marble altar is fixed to the north wall. Okay. A black marble altar. With a single eye. Single eye. No, I don't think I need to do that because we've done the eye thing. Black marble altar. There we go. That's what we need to do. We've got that. An altar to the orc war god Broctal the Eyeless. Whose symbol is a single eye with tears falling. Is a symbol. Is a single eye with tears falling. He who needs to see. Whose symbol? Okay. All right, I got that bit. Now there was something else I was supposed to do. I was supposed to change the position of the portal indentations, right? Flora, there are 3 small rectangular indentations on the north, east, and south floor surrounding the pool. Surrounding the pool with charred skeletons next to them. Okay. All right, got that bit done. Whew, man. The pool. The well. Portal well. And we're doing that with 8, aren't we? Yes, we are. Doing that with 8. A bold and underline. And next I need to find something as more of a descriptor, I guess. Do I have something that's around a well? Maybe I have. Oh, I should just chuck in the one for lava. I've done that already. I might as well take this. It's mostly described, so cut. And it was supposed to be going into 6, so I'll just chuck into 6 now. and then I'll deal with this well. 66666 there. Paste. I don't know what else you want to do with this, guys, but yep, bold, underline. GM notes, probably about what happens if you fall in the lava pool. Anyone falling in the lava pool takes, let's say, something crazy, 8d6 fire damage. There's no saving throw. Treasure. Don't fall in the lava pool, people. And then treasure, whatever that might be. I don't know. Are we sticking a monster in the lava pool? Are we not? What would you find here? Where is it? Okay, so back to the well. Still looking for the well. No. Nothing on the wells yet. We've got a garden. That's not really what we're after, though. A temple, we have a marsh, we have an oasis. I've kind of gone on a strange... We've got an observatory, we've got an infernal forge, we've got a nexus, heart of portal, swirling. It sounds great, but it's not really what we're after. We want just a... we just want something that is a well. Okay, so let's see if I can just write something now. The well is a portal to a plane of water. Not necessarily Wizards of the Coast's plane of water. Your plane of water. You need like one line. It's like Star Wars. Every world is just another ecosystem. Okay. A 2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot, yeah, 2 foot, 3 foot, 5 foot, a 3 foot high stone well is covered in vines and undergrowth. Growth. That's not growth, Fred. Undergrowth. Okay, so there's my description. There is my GM note. And that's probably good enough. And then, I don't know what else you want to put here, but let's just put treasure for now. Treasure. A couple of dots. So we've got 12, 11, 10, and 7 to do. We've got number 3 to do. Okay, so there's a few here to go through. So okay, bum. And how am I doing for time? Okay, so I probably need to smash out a couple more before I go back to chat. So I'll smash out a couple more. What do we got here? 3 is like an interim location. And I'm not sure what I want to do with an interim location. Number 3 is just sort of like just outside an entry point. What do we do? Shimmering no gate. I don't like that idea. Library. You know, this doesn't really feel like it works. Frozen chamber doesn't feel like a frozen chamber. I don't want to put another garden here. A marsh, no. A spire, jagged piercing room. It's weird. It's really weird. We could do it though. A domed, no, I don't want to do a dome. Let's do that. Let's make an obsidian spire. Well, no, let's first see what you guys have to say, and then I will just start smashing things in there and getting things done. At least the description stuff is, at the very least. Okay, back here. Not the well. Yes. Needs not see. position. What do you mean C? Not C, I don't understand. Positions 12, 4, 8. I don't understand. I'm really confused as to what we're talking about here. On a clock face reference? Oh, are you trying to put on a clock face reference? Oh, this will just confuse the hell out of people, dude. There's a reason why we do not make puzzles in live streams and why Wally DM does not normally do it, because it's a really bad idea. If the tiles are placed incorrectly, chain lightning engulfs the chamber. Okay, so that's the effect if you place the trim in the wrong place, but I don't feel like if you have 12 combinations and 3 tile, if you have 12 positions and just 3 tiles to place in the right position, 12, 4, and 8. Oh, yeah, I'm really reluctant to do that. I'd much prefer there to only be, there's 3 positions and 3 tiles, and you just have to figure out the right positioning. That would be much better. This is, for those of you who don't know, Wally DM did a puzzle called the Watchtower, which is one of his favourite towers. It's really complicated, but it's not my favourite. And it's because it has time and clock position stuff going on, and there's no way in hell am I ever going to do anything like that myself. So forget it. Even spacing isn't, yeah, no, yeah. Don't go there with positionings on it, because he did positionings on a clock face and it was so confusing. But I like the chain lightning engulfing the chamber. If the tiles are put in the wrong position, then chain lightning. That's all right. That's fine. But the positioning that you're talking about, giant pain in the ass. Okay. Portal chamber. GM notes. It's not even GM note. It's really a trap. We're talking about a trap here. We have placed a trap in this location, and I'll do that. If the tiles are placed incorrectly, a chain lightning engulfs the chamber. Chamber doing, I don't know, what is it, 66 lightning damage on a failed, I don't know, DC failed DC 13 dexterity check or saving throw. You should be able to plug it into 5e or into Shadow Dark if you want to that way. DC's 13 is not high, I am aware. And then it's just about how are they positioned. Yeah. Let's see, what else did I have here I need to take down? Just 3 positions. Even spacing is the meaning. Okay, or maybe 6 fire salamanders hungry and happy to eat anyone who falls. Fire salamanders in the pool. I can do that. Whoops. Come on. Here we go. Fire salamanders in the pool of lava. Yep, let's do that. Where's our lava pool? GM notes from there. This is a monster. And we want to put paste. A fire salamander is living in the is living in the lava pool. Come on. Bold underline. No, it's not bold underline. A fire cylinder is living in the lava pool. Who likes to burn intruders. Okay, there you go. I got that in. Feedback is taken on board. Cool, got it. Next. 6 salamanders is not going to happen. Even spacing, it's a portal, it's a puzzle, and it's a trap. Yes, I get it. Just 3 tiles and just 3 possible positions to place them. Just get the correct order. That's exactly what I want. That's all I really want to have. I don't want to get too crazy. Otherwise, it's too hard, and I don't want to make this, you know, brutal. I'm always concerned that puzzles will lead to people shutting down. I don't think you should not use them, but I've seen it happen. So, so this is prompting again. I'm going to start plugging in some locations and just getting some stuff in here, because it's almost top of the hour. It's been an hour, which is not, I guess, is not a huge amount of time. We've still got plenty of time. But I really want to start moving through some of the other things, which is like where are we going to put the rest of the tiles, and it's really hard to figure out where to put tiles if you don't have a location to put them in, because we've got empty locations. So let's start banging away at that. The interim location is 3. I still am unsure what to do with that. We have a bunch of I think 10, 11, and 12. Even 7 is a collapsing chamber, so I don't think it's going to be hard to do something with that. That should be pretty easy. But 10, 11, and 12, and then of course we have 3. And I've still got to do a description for 9 as well, but I haven't figured out what to do with that yet. So, but we did. Oh no, we've got a magic mirror in there, so it's partly done, isn't it? 10, 11, 12. Something interesting, something related to portals or planar travel is probably what we want. So let's see if we can do that. 10, 11, 12. A shimmering gate, massive stone arch glowing with shifting runes. The portal hums with arcane energy. Next, crystal. Oh, we have done that. Libraries with floating shit is done. Frozen chambers. An ancient temple. It's not enough space. An obsidian spire, a miniature jagged black tower piercing the clouds. Let's do this. I was going to use it before, and then I changed my mind. Yeah. This is a place I want to stick in somewhere, I think. It's just which one would I like to put it? Do I want it to be the big central one, 11, or do I want it 12? These are hexagonal shaped. Is it hexagonal or octagonal? Octagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The octagonal shaped rooms. Let's go with the octagonal shaped rooms. Let's start with the first one, being 12. So that can go there. Paste. And I'll put here obsidian spire. A miniature jagged black tower piercing the clouds. Is in the center of this octagonal shaped chamber. Okay, there we go. What else is going on? I have no idea, but I kind of like the idea of putting things that have been miniaturized into rooms today. So portals and miniaturized stuff. What else? Treasure, I don't know. And then next, what else do we have here? The Arcane Nexus, heart of the portal, a swirling vortex. I don't know that I want to say the heart of the portal, but swirling vortex of mystical energy suspended in a crystalline chamber. Let's do something else. Let's take something that would be kind of weird, something that is sort of miniaturized. A miniaturized temple. We can miniaturize the temple. The swamp, boring. Let's miniaturize the temple, the sunken temple. And go cut. And I believe that would be, I don't know, the other hexagonal shaped room. 10, I suppose. Paste. Paste. Okay, something like that. And we go bold, underline. Bold, underline. A miniature flat pyramid shaped temple is partly submerged in a small pool of water. That takes up whole room. Okay, so okay, so there's our description. I don't know what else we're going to put in here. We probably need to say how deep the water is. GM notes. The okay, no, here we go. So a miniature flat pyramid-shaped temple is partly submerged in submerged in water that takes up the whole octagonal shaped room. Okay, the tip is water is 1 foot deep. And treated as difficult terrain. Okay. Treasure, I don't know what else we want to put there. Need to get moving because I'm now up to the top of the hour and I haven't done all these locations. And I want to get some stuff placed in places. Our puzzle that we need to solve, and we also need to sort of go. We also need to sort of solve the problem of what creatures are going to be here. So yeah. So copy and decorations. Back to our big feather. Paste. A square, okay, inside the room is a square black stone shrine with a mirror. Far corner. I would like to spend a little bit more time on this section, but it's going to slow me down too much, so I'm going to come back to it. And then 11, it's a big room, big area to fill. Something needs to be done with it, and so we need to find something that's interesting. Let's just put a celestial observatory in here. I don't really want to have forges or stuff like that. I suppose it's about looking at other worlds, so we put that there. And then paste. Yep. A domed that's probably not the best way to sort of word it. I think we need to do something else. So we'll go here, bold, underline, and then a large square room chamber domed ceiling. Covered in star charts. Full stop. A large bronze floating telescope. Okay. A few large bronze floating telescopes. A few bronze telescopes. Float here. What's going on here? Not too sure. And then treasure, and then that's 11. Let's just make that there, and then so we've got 13 location. We've got 7 to do. We've got 3 to do. 7 is a collapsed chamber, or collapsed chamber of some kind. So let's just make that the collapsed chamber. That's not right. Let's try that again. And then I need a description of this. This small square room has partly collapsed with rubble scattered across the floor. Something like that. Nothing particularly fantastic about this location as far as I can tell, so I'm just going to do that and that. I don't know what else you want to put there. Maybe you want to put some bodies. I don't know. And then treasure. Okay. Basic structure is sort of coming together now. We're almost sort of mostly there. And then next, 3. I'm going to do that now. It's only 8 past, so we've got plenty of time to get the other stuff done. 3 is like an interim room. I was really unsure what to do with this. I still am. There's nothing that sort of makes me think, that should be what 3 should be. Like it doesn't really sort of say, this is definitely how I should lay it out. I haven't got that in my head. I don't want to do that. Shifting runes, I don't think so. Crystal, not really. Library, absolutely not. I don't think so. I think that's the wrong idea. The observatory is the only one that I sort of could see, yeah, that could work. Marsh, Ashen Vale. That's a weird sort of thing to be doing here, so I don't want to do this. So I guess let's go with this. Paste. I might even just call it the ash chamber. Let's go with a small scorched. What sort of shape is this chamber, by the way? It is kind of squarish. This a small scorched, squarish room filled with small blackened trees and drifting embers. What is going on here? Grey ash covers the floor. It's almost as if see, we've got a lot of rooms that sort of feel like they have like miniaturized locations. So something obviously bad has happened here, and maybe they had a little set of trees in there in the front, and for whatever reason, maybe that little forest or whatever it's reported in there is just been taken out. Okay. Miniaturized with miniature black trees and drifting embers. And then I don't know what else I'm going to put here, so it's complete treasure. Alright, I think we're ready to start asking a few questions about where do the rest of the tiles need to go? Where are they going to be positioned? And what sort of monsters are we going to have in here? And what NPCs? We might find we don't have a lot of NPCs in this one. It's very, very possible that we could wind up with very few. Anyway, so locations. Area 1 is the iron door. Area 2 is the rear entrance, which is basically a small silver door. We've got 3 is the ash chamber with sort of like a little burnt grove of trees or forest with ash on the floor. And then 4 is the eye chamber, with a huge triangular shaped room filled with a glowing yellow single eye with a tear falling from it carved into the floor. There's an altar here. We've got some acolytes and a priest. They're orcish creatures. And yep, moving along. This is to Brocktel, the eyeless. And then we have one of the slate tiles is actually stashed in a drawer under the altar, so that's part of what we need. The tile in this room is required to solve the puzzle in the portal chamber area 5. Okay, so we've got that. Next, we've got the portal chamber. This is where we have to find 3 tiles. It's got a pool of blue water in the center. It is going to transport, I'm assuming, once we open it, to a place we want to go. So, arcane portal. The water, the pool of water acts as a portal to any world that you want to travel to if you can solve the puzzle. And we probably need to indicate that there is a puzzle in this location. How you solve the puzzle needs to be written in here as well. Bold. So that's that one, and then we have the lava, so there's a trap in here as well, so don't screw it up, otherwise you need lightning bolts hitting you. Lava chamber is area 6, we have a fire salamander in here, take a lot of damage if you fall in the pool. 7 is the collapsed chamber, small chamber, rubble everywhere. 8 is a portal well, so basically it's a stone well covered. It takes you to the plane of water if you want to go there, down there. 9 is a big feather, and it's hiding a secret room which leads you into a shrine with a magic mirror. There's people stuck in the magic mirror. I think the easiest way to release them is just break the mirror. The sunken temple, 10 is basically a miniaturized flat pyramid shaped temple, partly submerged in water, that takes up the whole octagonal shaped room, and it's only 1 foot deep, difficult terrain. What else do we want to do with this? I don't know. 11 is a celestial observatory, so we have a domed ceiling covered in star charts, and there's a few large bronze telescopes floating in the air that you could use. 12 is the obsidian spire, which is a miniaturized jagged black tower piercing into clouds in the center of this octagonal room. What the heck is going on? It's like we've taken a part of a world and stuck it in a room, pretty much. And then the bear portal, which is this big, huge central place. I've described what it looks like, and we don't have a lot of information around it. Now we need to actually start doing something with this, because what we do is we have parts right now. We have a backbone, but we don't have anything to work with other than that. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that. So yes, it'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with. I'm just catching up on chat. Apparently YouTube was freaking out, and I don't know, YouTube does this every once in a while. It's suddenly nothing works. Nothing works. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of new people in here providing ideas. Great, awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. I need to give you a prompt for what we require now. Okay, I need something that is going to work. So first of all, hashtag what monsters and NPCs do we need, and put where? Put where? Where do we put them? And then the other thing is Are we putting traps on the entranceways? Are there traps on the entrances? And what are they? Okay, that's where I want to go with this. All right, let's go back into chat and start getting some ideas down. Agile. Puzzles can be a challenge to run. They absolutely can. As more often they cannot, more often than not, they interrupt the flow of the game, and players will often avoid dealing with them. No one wants to feel dumb. Yes, that can certainly happen. So this is why if I make a puzzle, I want to make the puzzle fairly easy and not too complicated, with enough potential, with only a few different combinations for them to try. And that's really all I need to deal with. Yeah. Just put the other tiles in whatever rooms, doesn't matter. Pass on the beer dais and shell somewhere in a room hidden by the feather. Okay, yep, okay, I can do that. So pass and shell. That's a good idea. Let's make that happen. I believe we've got the basic structure of what we require. And I'll go here, copy, pass, and you said to put it in which room was it? Pass is supposed to go in the beer dais. Well, let's just put one in the alcoves. Just leave it there. And then paste. So a slate tile with the word of the awkward for pass is, let's just leave it out, is resting floor in one of the alcoves with the awkward for pass printed on it. Okay, that's good. And then, yep, we've done that. And then I need to just do the same sort of thing. And the other room you were suggesting was to stick it in with the feather. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually a pretty good idea. So let's, big feather. And we need a treasure for that one. And then paste. And then we go bold. And I need you. What I need to do is I need to make sure it's not none shall. And I think none shall pass. I think we've got all our elements set in our locations now. I'm just making sure I got this right. I'm going to get this right, otherwise it's going to be a bit of a mess. Well, I think what we should do is we should force them to break the mirror. If we break the mirror and they get a slate, I'm kind of happy with that. Breaking the mirror results in a slate tile with the awkward for shell printed on it. The tile in this room is required to solve the puzzle in area and the puzzle in the portal chamber area 5. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, bit of stuff to work through. And then back to 5, I need to make sure I write down what the heck that puzzle is. The indentations. and I just need to just drop that in there. Okay, the rectangular indentations on the north, east, and south floor require 3 slate tiles to be placed into them in the correct order, saying none shall pass. Full stop. And I just need to make sure I indicate which tile goes where. Okay, so the one tile goes into the north slot, full stop. And sorry, I'm not pulling this up and showing you because I know I still got to go back to chat, and I need to just smack out the other ones. So puzzles got to be really clear with, right? And I shall pass tile goes into the east slot, and then the last one, paste the pass, pass tile goes into the south slot. Okay, all right, so I've got that puzzle hammered out. Well done. Let's go back to chat since you guys can't see anything that I'm doing right now, but I have written it up. Like I did write up that puzzle. So the puzzle is there. It's actually pretty simple. I think it comes down to 4 or 5 sentences. Quite some of them are really short, and it's really basic. So you shouldn't get confused. But it's one of those times where I feel like it definitely. I always feel like it's always good to have a handout when you're dealing with a puzzle. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, let's go back to chat and see what else I need to catch up on, because I've definitely fallen behind. Just put the tiles anywhere in the room. Pass it down the bureau. Yes, got that. If they goof and survive, none goes back where it was. The others go to random location rooms. I'm forgetting about that. I'm not doing that. Miniature temple in a fishbowl. You want to put it in a fishbowl? Yeah, we could do that. We could stick it in a fishbowl. Why not? I'll change it to a fishbowl. I'm happy with that. Do that. Sunken temple. A miniature flat pyramid shaped temple is partly submerged in a large bowl of water that takes up the center of this octagonal shaped room. Okay, we've got that, and then let's stick some fish in there. Gold fish. Swim around in the bowl. It's going to go diving. So is. So we've got that. It's really weird. Forget about the water is 1 foot deep, because that doesn't make any sense. The water is 10 foot deep. I think I put all the ceiling heights. I don't know what the ceiling heights are going to be. They can be as high as I like though, can't they? Let's make it 10 feet deep. Forget about that, but we don't need that. Okay. All right, so I got that adjusted. Fishbowl is done. Scene from Monty Python Holy Grail. Pictures of the Black Knight at each stage of his battle with Arthur are on the walls of 4. He said, none shall pass. Oh, God. Oh, and 4, is that what you were trying to do here? None shall pass. Well, I get it. I get the reference now. Sounds like it could be dirty. Yes, Dark Portal. YouTube clip ID for Black Knight. Yeah, I know the clip. I've seen the movie. I've seen the yeah, it's the movie, isn't it? Evil wizard who let my portal get dry again. Where is my cleaning crew? Invisible servant. Ah man, I'm portal. I am so lost. Negative space. I'm not sure what we're talking about here, but anyway, keep going. 6 watching. I'm doing 2 rooms. My share is done. Thank you. I've got the puzzles sorted. Done. Putting the dreaded Vorpal bunny in the room with teeth. Oh come on. No problems, Jess. But you just watch. It's all cool. We've got 30 minutes left. I just checked out. There wasn't enough rooms for a battle cat lair. Even Skeletor had a room for Panther. Yes, but yeah, there isn't. It's all used up. We do have a great huge footprint in the center there. I'm like, what the hell made that print? It's is it even a proper footprint or just been etched in? The party has been sent to the into the portal of Brocal the Eyeless to get something from his pocket dimension. Okay, so this is like an adventure hook that you want to include, correct? Okay, so let's take that. And I'll just drop that in and I'll deal with that later. Brockdill. Adventure are travelling through the dungeon. Master, see a pail of water, mopping floor. A mop floating by. 5. 3 evenly spaced positions for 3 tiles. Does not matter where you put them. None. Then clockwise. Going round and shall pass place in the correct order. I think I've got it done. Okay, so I think I'm getting fine with the puzzle or riddle that leads to an optional entrance. Okay. Alright, some tiles are black and floor tiles. What are we talking about floor tiles now? I am so confused. Okay. I asked for traps and monsters. Come on, guys. Give me some traps and monsters. Otherwise, I got to do it. Give me some traps and monsters. It looks to me like you guys want to go straight on to adventure stuff, which is fine. Like, give me some adventure hooks. I didn't get anything with the monsters, so let's give me the adventure hooks. Hashtag. What are the adventure hooks for this Arcane portal? Arcane portal question, and then why do the player characters come here? Okay, let's do that. And okay, back to the document. I'll see what I can shove in here. Maybe puns. Maybe puns. Okay, you've lost me a little bit. I don't want to do another puzzle. I've done one puzzle. One puzzle on this adventure is enough. Just give me some traps. Tell me some traps I can shove on these doors. Or give me some monsters to stick in some locations. Give me that stuff. That's what I'm after. Don't need to worry about the treasure. I'll stick the treasure in. It's fine. If you've got some ideas. So basically right now we've got one location with monsters. Then we've got a puzzle, which probably shouldn't have monsters. There are two salamanders are in the lava chamber. The portal well doesn't have anything. That's fine. I probably should rewrite some of this here in area 9. We've just got locations that are just really weird. But we don't have a lot of sort of creatures that are sort of in these locations, or things that you can interact with. If it's just pick up treasure, it's not very interesting. This is why you do other stuff, right? Okay, let me do big feather. At least write up something on that one. A big feather is mounted on the wall like a decoration. So inside the room is a square black stone shrine with a shiny mirror in the far corner. Okay, so GM notes. The big feather blocks the secret entrance to the room and is hard to find. Let's make that. Secret doors should be hard to find. Okay. So we've got this bit here. Now, the mirror is magical. The mirror is magical with 6 people trapped inside that are released. The mirror is broken. Something like that. Okay, so that's better. Okay, so that's fine. This is probably a place where these are NPCs. We've got 6 NPCs. I don't really want to put monsters in here, so NPCs. 6 NPCs. We've got to come up with some names and so forth. Interactions. I don't know what the basic story behind that would be. Okay, next. I kind of wonder if maybe we should make these fish, instead of them saying goldfish, maybe these fish should be piranhas. They should be man-eating piranhas. Human-eating women and children. Love a few halflings. Tasty goblins. Tasty gnomes. Something that's a bit more ravenous. I think that's where we're going with this. I almost feel like this is probably the funniest thing. I kind of almost want to make the fish themselves literally be, I don't know, what do you call it? I want them to be worth something. Monsters. The goldfish are meat eating. I don't have to say that. Piranhas. There are something. piranhas. I don't know. Piranhas, something. I don't think there's is there a stat block for a piranha? Or really hungry fish? Is it something I'd have to create? I don't really want to do that if I can help it. Or piranha swarm. R-A. Piranha. Piranha. Piranha swarm. That attack anyone getting into the bowl of water. So yes, we have that, and that's entertaining. So that's our monster for that one. And I want the goldfish to be worth something. The dead goldfish are worth, I don't know, something gold pieces. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, okay, there we go. There's something in there. I did a bit of work. How am I doing for time? I've still got 20 minutes. The dead goldfish. Let's just say 50 gold pieces. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, fine. What else? It's one of those days. Oh, thank you. Hey, thank you, Agile Monk, for the super chat. Thanks, Fred, for all the work he does for this community that benefits all of us. Hey, John, really big, huge thank you to me. I really do appreciate it. $10. Thank you very much. I know you're also supporting me on Patreon, so that's, yeah, very generous. Thank you very much. Now, and here we go. So negative space, dirty jokes, floor tiles. I don't want to do more trap puzzles. Battlecat roams around the complex. One of the alcoves in 13 leads to his pocket dimension layer. Oh, it's because of the paw print. It's not a dumb idea. It's not a dumb idea. Let's stick a really big cat in here. Let's put a lion in here. Why not? Stick a lion in there. I kind of like that idea, actually. Jasper, let's take 13 and let us stick. I don't know that he's going to roam the whole complex, but maybe this is his little space. I almost feel like it almost feels like it could be a, what do you call it, an orc shaman, or who's transformed into a cat form permanently. That would be funny. I can see that working quite well. It's like, let's just have an orc shaman that transform themselves into a battle cat or a large cat like a lion, and they just never turned back. That would be fun. Almost definitely like that idea. I'm definitely thinking that should be going in there. Hello, Joe. How are you doing, Overboard? Joe is a moderator and a subscriber to the channel. Agile Monk is a patron and should be also a moderator as well, I'm pretty sure. I think we should definitely do that. Let's include it. I like the lion. Why not a manticore or something like that? Well, it could be, because it's like a paw print. We could put a manticore in there, maybe a sphinx for role-playing opportunities. It could be a sphinx. This is not a bad place to put a sphinx. This is actually a pretty good place to put a sphinx. I actually really like that as a concept. Let's stick a sphinx here. That makes sense. I can see a sphinx being a major feature to a location that has portals. The only problem is a sphinx is going to rip through a party like you wouldn't believe. It won't be a fun experience. A lion would be easier, but a sphinx, yeah, I could see that. We kind of need to have a few things that have a bit higher level, right? So let's do sphinx. 13. I'm on board. You sold me. Here we go. So I don't think it needs to be, I don't want it to be a sphinx that is necessarily a combat. So what we'll do instead is we'll go here, NPC, a sphinx called, I don't know, called something is sleeping in one of the alcoves. Let's do that. I really like that as an idea. I don't know what our name of our sphinx is going to be. We need to have something going on here. I don't need to describe what a sphinx is. We know what a sphinx is. I'm not going to describe a sphinx. But what we would need is we need to have some sort of personality for it. And we need to have a motive. So I feel like it's going to have to be a riddle. A simple riddle to gain access needs to be answered. This one needs to be answered to gain access. The poor shaped portal and avoid being eaten. Dear. There we go. That really kind of fits based off that room. I can see this working a lot better that way. Yeah. Yeah. Personality trait, da da da. We need a really simple riddle. I feel like we need a riddle now that needs to be solved. This is the problem, though. Putting a riddle into a game, this is like sticking more puzzles in here and causing potential headaches for people. But yes, no, I do like the idea. It's definitely growing on me. So the large paw print, if stood on, can teleport anyone to any place in the world or to another planet. So it's not planar travel, but it's planet. I think that's fun. I like that. We wanted portals, the bear portal, the Sphinx portal now. It's not the bear portal, it's the Sphinx portal. We don't really want them fighting the Sphinx, we want them having a chat with the Sphinx. And yeah, makes perfect sense. Brilliant idea, Jasper. You finally got your cat in there. Sorry, too soon. No, I'm all right with this. This is fine. This is fine. And what else do we have? Okay, goblins and orcs can be in every room. I suppose they can be. I don't know if I want to do that though. What about a teleport doorway as a trap? Subtulera, a glyph warding. Okay, so a glyph of warding. Well, let's go with a glyph of warding, and let's put a glyph of warding on our first major door. You wanted a teleportation door? Well, we can do that. You don't necessarily have to have a door that doesn't. The glyph of warding, I feel like could go on the rear door, because I feel like that's more of what's going on there. So let's, I just need to put a glyph of warding on the rear door. This is the one that's got black holes in it. It feels like there should be something that shoots out of them, right? Trap. Opening the door, trying to unlock it, or trying to unlock it, trying to unlock it results in a glyph of warding. Glyph of warding being triggered, doing 1d6 1d6 something. Lightning damage. The trap does not reset. Okay. Bold, underline. Okay, I got that. And then you had another idea here. You were saying teleport. Well, we have 13 locations. We can what about if going through the front door, trying to open the front door, resulted in you being transported randomly to any potential room within the place except for number 13? We could use a D12 to duplicate that, and now we have a teleporting door. I actually kind of like that idea. That would be quite fun. Secret shouldn't be too hard to find, especially if a necessary quest item is on the other side. Yep, absolutely. Piranhas have been given adamantium plated teeth, which can be extracted as treasure if killed. Oh, I just want them to be literally goldfish. They look like goldfish, but they're actually piranhas. So I'm fine with that. Extracting the teeth, it's all right. It's all right. So Manticore, we've got the Sphinx in there. Sphinx does not have to be combat. No, I don't want it to be combat. That would be bad. Riddle. What do you get when you cross the Titanic with you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic? A sunken ship. Oh God. Oh my God. Holy Toledo. Oh my God. I mean, a manticore is fine, but my God, that is a bad. You really want that one? How do you think the unthinkable? I don't know. I think they'll figure this one out. Which is fine. But God almighty, that's awful. I'm tempted just to stick it in there just to see what my players say to me, frankly. The riddle. Let us stick this in. What do you get when you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic? bold, and solution is a it's like asking a riddle but not really having a riddle to ask. Yeah, this is really odd. It's really odd to include something like this, but I'm all right with it. If somebody comes up with something better, great. I still would really like to know what our adventure hooks are for this location. We now have a sphinx in here. Holy Toledo. It's funny how these things work. Okay, let me go back to this. I'm almost out of time. I am. So back to the to this. But okay, so we've got this awful riddle. This is not the best sphinx. I'm actually all right with a sphinx having a riddle for something that is utterly stupid and so obvious. How many times have people had to deal with a riddle like, oh no, no, don't tell me that, don't tell me that. And then if you give them this, they're probably going to figure it out. My players are going to roast me on this one. It's all right though, I don't mind. It's fine. Okay, so we really don't have a lot of threats or monsters in this thing, which is kind of a shame. I feel like that there should be more. But let's go back to the front door, because the front door, putting a trap on it, that when you open the door, it just teleports you to somewhere random within the location. It is hilarious. And I'm all for it. Trap. Anyone, do I want to say this? Anyone opening the door is teleported to a random location within. Here's the problem. You could have the entire party randomly sent to different locations within the complex, and you've just split the party. Oh my God. I don't know if this is good design. This could cause a whole lot of trouble. I think opening the door, walking through the door. We don't want them to be going to a different location every single time. Anyone, so let's say anyone walking through the door. Through the door is teleported to a random location within the complex by rolling a D12 dice. Only roll the dice once. Only roll the dice once for all the characters. Okay, so you won't necessarily wind up in area 3 when you go through that door. You could wind up in all sorts of weird places. This could cause a lot of trouble, but it's funny. It's funny. It's not a trap that kills you. It just teleports you to somewhere random within the entire location. It's pretty entertaining, if you ask me. I'm not against that. It's certainly, I feel like it's more interesting than just giving them electric shock. So, yeah, we've kind of done this before, where you walk through a door and it teleports you to a random location. Okay, so roll a d12. Okay, so I probably need to explain a little bit more about this. Anyone walking through the door is teleported to a random location within the complex by rolling a d12 dice. Only roll the dice once for. Okay, so I need to explain how this works just a little bit. So the number rolled on the D12. Now the reason I like this, it means we avoid area 13, which is where the Sphinx is, which is probably a good thing. I don't want them to go straight to the Sphinx. So the number rolled on the D12 represents the area number on the map. Okay. Yeah, and the area number on the map. Okay, that's fine. I got that's pretty much nailed down. I think we're going to be out of time. So area 1 and area 2, I don't think that we need to do very much with them. They're pretty good. I would have liked to have done something more with area 3, but we didn't, so never mind. That's life. Area 4 has got a monster in it and stuff going on, or monsters, should I say. There's plenty going on there. 5 has got a puzzle, and I think 5 is complicated enough. 6 has got a monster, a fire salamander. I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, that's fine. Area 7 is pretty quiet. Area 8 is just a portal to the water plane. There's not much going on here. There's no guardian or anything. 5 is complicated enough because we've got NPCs, we've got bits to find, we've got breaking mirrors, releasing people. Yeah, okay. 3 is good. Area 10 is good because the sunken temple has basically got piranhas in the fishbowl. 11 is, there's not much going on there. I feel like I could do more with that. Area 12 needs something, I think. And then area 13 is got a Sphinx in it. We've got a lot going on there. Yeah, it's not too bad. It all came together. It's funny how these things work out. There's a few things that I would have liked to have added, but never mind. It's fine. No, Fred, the riddle is, what do you get when you cross the Atlantic with the Titanic? The answer is about halfway. Oh, God. I prefer the second riddle. Oh, my gosh. Why can't the Sphinx have an... I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about. How do you think the unthinkable? With an Ichberg. An Ithberg? I have the second riddle makes no sense to me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've got no idea. I'll find another riddle. I'll find another riddle to put in there. If we're going to put a riddle in there, I just don't want it to be something so bizarre. They're never even going to be able to figure it out. If it's something we make up, it'll be lost as a thing. Have you created an ARCANE portal adventure for your tabletop role-playing games? No, 57%. Well, you have now if you've been here. For yes is 28%, incomplete 7%, just watching 7%, 14 votes. Well, that's good. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. With S, the Isberg. It still makes no. It's awful. It's like, yeah, it's not going to work for me. It's not going to work for my players. Do you sink the unsinkable with an iceberg? That's better. That's better. That there as a riddle is much better. I can live with that one. That's a lot less on the nose too. That one's much better. So yeah, I will substitute that in. But yeah, the other one, they're never going to get it, and they're just going to get annoyed. And I know my players will get annoyed with me, for sure. How do you sink the unsinkable? And the answer is an iceberg. Yeah. This is with an iceberg. A riddle that anybody should be able to figure out, hopefully, as long as they're old enough to remember the Titanic. I think most people know about the Titanic, but you never know. If you get a young audience, they may not have no idea what the hell the Titanic is, and who knows? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I need to. You need to get out of here. And I'll be back, of course, next week to do another one of these. And, of course, I will try to finish it up. I will do my best to try to tidy it up and fill out a few areas that didn't get quite enough stuff in it and put it up onto Patreon like I normally do. And hopefully somebody will actually use them. I have been playtesting these things. I have started that process. It's been interesting, actually. It's not bad in any way, if you ask me. But anyway, I need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. So huge thank you to everybody who's been watching and listening. Thank you to everybody who took part in the poll. I really do appreciate it. Huge thank you to all of my patrons who support me on Patreon so that I can keep doing this every single week. We literally make an adventure in 2 hours with the community every single week. And I'm going to keep doing that for as long as I can before I lose my mind, okay? And a huge thank you to Agile Monk for the super chat of $10. Really, thank you so much for that. I want to also say, like, the people who were in chat who provided their feedback, whether I took it on board, you'd be surprised how much I did actually think about when you were putting stuff forward. Jasper, huge thank you to Jasper. Agile Monk, Negative Space, your feedback, Overboard, who else? Fred Huber, of course. Now, if I get it right, Sepulitra, I think that's right. Hopefully I got your name right. Also, Wizards and Warp Drives. Did I say Negative Space? I think I did. And Derp, of course. Can't forget Derp. He had a brilliant idea for one of the rooms. Great stuff. Nice to have you here as well. And I think that's everybody. If I've missed your name, not my intention to do so. Okay? Not my intention to do so. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and doing this. So, wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, or the night, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.